guys, Kinsey here again, and today is going to be an episode of KinsZilla's Top Cutes. And what that is, name in progress apparently, because that sounded weird when I said it. But what KinsZilla's Top Cutes is, it's going to be a series of games based on games that I find cute and unique. So, and with all my videos, I will also be pairing it with some adorable beers. Because those exist, I had to find them, but they do. So I'm going to start off with a beer, and it's called Double Rainbow, and this is from Iron Horse Brewery that's in Ellensburg, Washington, so it's like a little college town, and I thought this one was cute. Well, number one, because it's called Double Rainbow, and on the can, it says, "This is a Kegasis. If you're lucky, you will see it in your dreams." Aww. So, I thought it was pretty cute. And there's like a whole bunch of rainbow skulls on there, so you know it's badass and adorable. It basically has a heart of gold. But, so, they kind of say that the two different rainbows, one's malt and one's hops, because they say that it's like a little bit IPA, a little bit red. So, let's see. So that's kind of exactly what it is. It's a little bit IPA, a little bit red. And actually what I really like about this is that I really like IPAs, but they can really easily get like a little high on the IBUs for me, so a little bit too bitter. But this one has a really nice like hop forward taste, but it still like has that really nice like smooth maltiness of a red. So I think this is a win. I might just stay right here the rest of the video, so we'll see. Alright, so first game is going to be one of the first Neo Geo games I ever played. So whenever I think of a cute game, this game pretty much always comes to my mind. And it is Bust-A-Move in all of its forms. Whoop. Also known as Puzzle Bobble in Japan. So they renamed it Bust-A-Move when it came to the US for some reason. Bust-A-Move sounds real fun, but so does Puzzle Bobble, but alright. But basically what this is, it is a puzzle game where you are matching different colors of bubbles. So it's pretty like generic in that sense, as most puzzle games are, hey, match 3 of this thing. If you match more, you get more points. It's kind of the same idea, but it does have all the same like themes and characters of the original Bubble Bobble game, which I'm sure a lot of you know on the NES and in the arcade. It's pretty iconic and awesome. So Bust-A-Move features Bub and Bob from the Bubble Bobble games. So, and they're like the little dinosaur guys. I thought one of these would have them on the front, but it doesn't. So, so they're basically just the little dragons, and they're really cute. And what's great about the Bust-A-Move games is it's on almost every system. Like, it's on the 64, Super Nintendo, arcade, PS1, PS2, Wii, DS, 3DS. Like, it's on kind of everything. And the series really kind of evolves throughout all of them as well, because like on the DS version, instead of just like shooting it, it has kind of this like pullback slingshot kind of action. And I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I thought it was just kind of fun and different. Some of the games even introduce things like boss fights and different power-ups. There's like a chain lightning, there's a bowling ball that'll take off like the whole side of whatever you shoot it at. So it's really fun. And there's also the competitive 2-player mode, or in the Wii version's case, 8-player. But what that does is, if you shoot and you have a combo that's more than 4 balls, then those balls will go on the other player's side, so you can really kind of like screw with them. So it's really, really fun, and I highly recommend it, kind of on any system. But my favorite's in the arcade. Alright, and then next up is another beer, which is exciting. And so this one is Space Dust IPA from Elysian Brewing right here in Seattle, Washington. Elysian did just make headlines when they were bought out by Anheuser-Busch, but we'll just ignore that for now. But I picked this one, number one, because it's a Seattle beer, and this IPA is really, really good. So it's kind of a, like, it almost tastes like sort of like a wet hop kind of beer, but it kind of has the notes of Citra and Amarillo, and there's probably one other hop in there that I'm forgetting. But basically the citrusy kind of hops. So let's see. It's very good. Definitely a lot less malty than the Double Rainbow, because this one is more of a true IPA. So this is delicious, and the little space hop guy is really cute. So that's kind of what sold it for me to have it on this video, is I'm like, oh, look at his face. He's barfing stars. It's adorable. Alright, next game. Next I have the Loco Roco series on the PSP, and if you guys haven't played Loco Roco, like, I know, like, it's really simple, but it's also super fun. The graphics are all 2D, bright colors, and it's really unique because in this game, instead of moving the character, you rotate the entire level. So you use the bumpers on the PSP, and the whole level turns so you can navigate to get your little guy through. And since there's 1 and 2, 2 has a little bit more to it. You can collect Mew Mews, which are like these little guys that are your friends. And you can collect Mew Mews in them, and you save them when they're trapped. And they all go to your little Mew Mew house, and you can, like, collect different, like, furniture and stuff, and they live there, and they play, and it's really cute. And just that part of the game, to me, was really, like, addictive, because you can build this basically gigantic Mew Mew condo by the end of it that's awesome. And there's a lot of really unique levels in this. There's a couple different guys that you can unlock as well. They're all, like, look different, have different colors, and they all come with their own music. And the music in this game is actually what I think makes it super adorable. So it's all kind of made in, like, a fictional language, and the developer actually put a whole bunch of words together in katakana, and then kind of changed them around just to make them fun and sound cool. So that way, it's not a real language. So no one feels, like, alienated for not knowing the lyrics to the song. So they kind of made it, like, very culturally inclusive that way. And just downright adorable. So that's awesome too. Alright, and next we have another beer. And this is going to be our last beer reviewed for this video. But this is the Huckleberry Pucker from Paradise Creek Brewing. And this is a brewery in Pullman, Washington. So another little, like, college town. Home to WSU, so I'm assuming a lot of people know the Cougars, but that's the thing. This is a sour, so it's a Berliner Weiss. So it's a sour beer made with huckleberries. So actually, this is the first time I've ever had this, so I'm pretty excited. And first thoughts are, damn, it smells like huckleberries and sour. So we'll see. Really good. Pretty sour. Not the most sour beer I've had. I do really like sours, but they do tend to go towards the taste that you get in your mouth after you puke. And this one doesn't have that, so win. So it's pretty good. Tastes like huckleberries, and I'm a really big sucker for huckleberries because growing up, we just had huckleberry bushes everywhere. And I ate a lot of huckleberries. It's delicious. But yeah, pretty good actually. Nice forward huckleberry flavor, so I approve of that one. Alright, and the next game we have is also on the PSP, and it is Popolacroix. And I love this game. Love, love, love this game. When it came out, I don't know, I bought it because I was like, well, I want an RPG, and the person at the store recommended it to me, so I was like, well, sure, I'll give it a try. But it's adorable. It's all, like, kind of storybook looking, cel-shaded graphics, almost reminiscent of, like, 16-bit era when you're on, like, the overworld and things like that. It has anime cutscenes, and most of them are taken from the actual anime, which is cool. And the way this series even came to be was it started as a manga in a school newspaper. So I thought that was really cool how it can evolve from something so small, like just a comic strip that a student drew, and now it's this wonderful game franchise that there's quite a few games that are out in Japan. This is the first one that came to America, and this one's kind of like a mix of the first couple games in book 1, and then book 2 is kind of a new adventure. So this is a little bit of a mashup of the ones we didn't get here, but I mean, at least we can finally enjoy one of these games for ourselves, so, and in English, which is great when it's an RPG and it has tons of story. But kind of the themes in this game, and kind of what makes it cute, is that the themes are love and compassion and the great things about having good friends. Oh, so it kind of tugs at your heartstrings, and it's an adorable little coming-of-age story because when this game starts, the main character, it's his 10th birthday. So, and the game takes place over 5 years. So you can really see the characters and the environments kind of mature and grow with you. And that alone makes the story really, really cute. The gameplay is also really fun because it's a turn-based strategy game with random battles. And because it has that kind of more like strategy-based combat, it makes me feel like, yeah, this game's adorable, but it's not necessarily meant for children. It still has that aspect of being like a little bit tough in some areas and really having to think about the different strategies with different enemies. So I do really appreciate that about this game, is that it's just not a super easy, cute game. So it's a solid RPG, and I really, really enjoy it. And next up, we have Twinbee. It's a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up, or cute 'em up, and it started in 1986, so it's a long-running series since this one didn't come out until about 1993, and it did come to the US on the NES as Stinger, but that one is alternating side-scrolling, vertical and horizontal shooting, so that's pretty cool. But the series, you play as either Twinbee or Winbee, and it's a little, like, anthropomorphic ship with little boxing gloves on it, and like most shooters, it's kind of a one-hit kill scenario, with the exception of this one. When you get hit in one of your gloves, you'll just lose an arm, and then if you lose both arms, you can't use bombs, and a little ambulance will come and save you, which is adorable. But you can only be saved and use your ambulance privileges once, because or else you're just screwed. But it has really cute power-ups. There's little bells hidden in clouds, and when they bounce out of the cloud, you can keep shooting them for them to change colors, because different colors have different power-ups. So some of them are just bonus points, some of them you get like a little friend who will also help you shoot. And some of the power-ups can even double up, which is awesome, and slowly but surely you can become pretty cute and pretty deadly. So next up is actually my favorite cute game, maybe of all time. That might be a little bit strong to say in the like very first episode of KinsZilla's Top Cutes, but it is Katamari. I love it. This is the first one, it's Katamari Damacy, but there's like a whole bunch of them, and this isn't even all of them. But this is definitely my favorite. It's an action puzzler where you play as the prince, who basically has to clean up all the messes that the king of all cosmos causes. For example, one of the games starts with, he basically gets binge drunk and destroys the cosmos, destroys all the stars in it, and you are the one tasked with rebuilding the cosmos. So making new stars by rolling stuff up with your Katamari, and Katamari literally means mass or cluster, or I would like to call it a clusterfuck, but a clusterfuck of cuteness. And it is, the different levels, you try to get your Katamari as big as you can by pushing it around, and really you only use the analog stick, so it also has simple controls that are kind of intuitive once you start playing. And you try to get your Katamari as big as you can, because you'll go through different big phases, so you'll start off by rolling up like pennies and push pins and paper clips and like little things, and you'll grow to a size eventually where you're rolling up cats and dogs and people, or maybe even cars and buildings, and maybe in some cases some gods and some clouds. So it's pretty awesome, the scale that this game will get to. And it keeps it unique also by, you'll have levels where you only want to roll up hot things. So you want to get your Katamari to be a certain temperature. Or you only want to roll up expensive things, so you want your Katamari to cost a certain amount of money when you're done with it. So it's kind of awesome the different ways they do it. There's even ones where you want to have your Katamari have the most calories, so you want to roll up fattening foods basically. So it's pretty unique and really fun. The music's great, the dialogue is hilarious. So almost every time you finish a level and you go to the king and you're like, hey, I did this for you to make a new planet because you were too drunk and whatever. But he's like, oh, well, this Katamari's cold and lifeless. And you're like, oh, sweet, thanks. But there are always kind of clever ways to cutely put you down. And I kind of love that about this game. So the dialogue's all super witty. You're basically just cleaning up all of his messes and rolling shit up. And with that, I absolutely love it. So that is my first episode of KinsZilla's Top Cutes. And I kind of want to do this more, so leave a comment below and let me know what you think. You can find me other places on the internet. On Twitter, I'm at KinsZilla, KinsZilla, as well as on Instagram. And thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.